Well, a huge day in the politics of Maharashtra with Sharad Pawar, the senior NCP leader, dropping a bombshell announcing his resignation as chief of the Nationalist Congress Party. What exactly are the implications of this for the opposition alliance in Maharashtra? Joining us now, the former Chief Minister, Mr. Prithviraj Chavan. Thanks very much, sir, for being with us. Mr. Chavan, the basic point over here is that the sense is that with Mr. Pawar stepping down from his position, there is this redoubling of speculation about his nephew, Ajit Pawar, drifting towards the BJP. Is that your concern?
Well, I think, first of all, I don't think the last chapter on Mr. Pawar's resignation is written. Almost every second-rung leader, down to the last Karyakarta of the NCP, has requested Mr. Pawar to withdraw his resignation as a national president. So, will Mr. Pawar reconsider his decision, or his decision to quit is irrevocable? We still don't know. One thing is very clear, that apparently names that were taken along with Ajit Pawar, who might join some other formation or might leave MVA, or Mr. Ajit Pawar may opt to become the chief minister, or BJP may accept him as the chief minister of Maharashtra. All those speculation had certain names of certain leaders who were likely to be with Mr. Pawar. Apparently, all those leaders today have vehemently pleaded with Mr. Sharad Pawar not to resign. So, does it mean that Mr. Ajit Pawar has been isolated within the NCP because he appeared to be the only leader who said, let Mr. Pawar resign? It is his wish. He has served the party for a very long time. So, he has given him his due. And all those statements Mr. Ajit Pawar made. But every other leader in the NCP seemed to plead with Mr. Pawar not to resign.
No, but so that said, sir, BJP leaders have openly egged Ajit Pawar to switch sides. So are you confident that he's not going to do that?
No, I think Mr. Ajit Pawar's precondition was that he be made the chief minister of Maharashtra. Will Mr. Narendra Modi accept someone like Ajit Pawar to head Maharashtra just to win elections there? I have my doubts. So, is Mr. Ajit Pawar willing to go and join BJP as a minister? I don't think he is prepared.
Those state leaders of the BJP and Maharashtra don't appear to have that problem at all.
Well, I don't know. But, see, you're forgetting one thing. The main decision of the Supreme Court, which is likely to come in next few days, next week perhaps, will alter the whole landscape of Maharashtra politics. Will Mr. Shinde be disqualified?
No, so that's exactly right, sir.
Chief Minister.
So, therefore, the question, sir, in fact, the BJP's ally, the Chief Minister Eknath Shinde, has made it clear that he opposes Ajit Pawar joining any alliance. So, if the Supreme Court verdict on defection does go against Mr. Eknath Shinde and his supporters, do you believe that this may actually be a straight swap? The Chief Minister goes out and Ajit Pawar, comes in with the NCP.
Well, so now the situation, the equation seems to have changed. There was a fear at one time whether NCP will split between the senior Pawar camp and Ajit Pawar camp. That doesn't seem to be on the cards now because Ajit Pawar seems to be completely isolated in the NCP. He's almost lone voice who said, let Mr. Pawar go if he wants to go. Everybody else seemed to have said, no, Mr. Pawar cannot go. So is he isolated? So therefore, what is the final chapter on the resignation situation? I don't know.
So you don't have any insight into who the leader is going to be?
No, I don't want to speculate on that because, of course, first of all, it's an internal matter of the NCP. Who they choose as a leader, there's entirely their. But have you come to that stage where the selection process of new leader is on? I don't think we are there yet. Everybody seems to be urging Mr. Pawar not to resign and to take back his resignation decision.
No, I get that point, sir, but where does this leave the MVA?
MVA is intact unless one of the constituents of the MVA decides to go out of the MVA and join the communal forces, join BJP. MVA is intact. It's only internal matter who leads the NCP, one of the constituents of MVA. So the hypothesis that you're premising the whole discussion is that Ajit Pawar has decided to go and join BJP. I don't think that has happened.
Have you been assured that that will not happen, sir, in the last couple of hours?
Well, I have my doubts whether Mr. Narendra Modi and the BJP and the RSS will accept someone like Ajit Pawar as the chief minister of BJP.
No, but what if it is not Mr. Ajit Pawar? Supriya Sule, for example, is also being spoken about as a possible leader. Would she be somebody who's more acceptable, or is that something completely, it even remotely cannot be visualized?
No. In politics, nothing is completely impossible. If Ms. Supriya Sule is accepted as the national leader of the NCP, there has to be a national leader and there has to be a state leader.
Yes.
Currently, state leader is Mr. Jayant Party.
Right.
If Ajit Pawar is not there under the consideration, then party will be led by the president of the NCP, which is Jayant Party. But here the question is, who is going to be the national leader of the NCP?
Right.
Will Mr. Pawar continue or not?
So, in fact, speaking about Supriya Sule, about 2 weeks back, she'd said that there'll be 2 political explosions in the next 15 days. Now, we are approaching 15 days, in a finite period of time. One is obviously this with Mr. Sharad Pawar stepping down. What do you think she implies about the second one? Is she referring, in your opinion, to that Supreme Court verdict? Or is it something else?
Of course. Well, Supreme Court verdict definitely is a landmark in Maharashtra politics. But what she meant by the second earthquake, or if this is the first earthquake and the second earthquake is to follow, I can't be expected to read her mind. I think she'll have to come out and tell her what the earthquake is going to be. But at the moment, we have a situation where we're speculating whether Mr. Sharad Pawar will continue to be the president of the national NCP or not. He's not. He has said very clearly that he's not quitting politics. He'll continue his term in Rajya Sabha, so he'll be very much active in politics, and he'll, of course, be a guide to both national level.
But Mr. Chavan, sir, respectfully, you are far too experienced to know that he would have just taken this decision like that. Do you buy that argument when he says that after a long period of life from 1960 to 2023, it is necessary for me to take a step back? Why exactly has he done this? It's not to take a step back, because he's also said that.
Well, why can't we just believe him? Of course, there have been ups and downs in his life, and many instances where he has surprised all of us. But yes, he's been in active politics for all of 64 years. So he's entitled to take it easy, fine. But is it an attempt to isolate Mr. Sharad Pawar, Mr. Ajit Pawar? Is it an internal party fight for control of the party? I don't know. But one thing is that I'll be very surprised if Mr. Pawar himself took a decision to join BJP, because for last 64 years, barring a few years, he has been very staunchly anti-communal forces. His upbringing as a child has been in the family where his family was in Peasants and Workers' Party, a leftist party in Maharashtra. So I think at the fag end of his political career, for him to join BJP is unthinkable for me. Others in the party could think of that, but not Mr. Pawar himself.
Mr. Chavan, what does this mean in terms of Mr. Pawar's role in, bringing about or forging opposition unity? I mean, it's a lot of people, for example, talk about what he did in Maharashtra was incredible to bring together these 3 parties. But at the national level, he still plays a very important role. Do you believe that that is something where you will continue to see a role for Sharad Pawar?
Of course, he's as long as he's committed to fight the communal forces, his guidance, his senior voice, the voice of reason will always be heeded, will always be heard. But as you Maharashtra, the Maharashtra Alliance, of course, he had a larger than life role, what media has made out to be. But let us not forget that Maharashtra MVA was a 3-party alliance. All the 3 parties had to agree to come together. And more important and more difficult was Congress party, because Congress party is a national party, while the other 2 parties are local parties. Their decision-making process is far quicker. Well, Congress party is not. When we consider a decision as momentous as coming together with Shiv Sena, we had to consider other state units. What impact will it have in Kerala? What impact it will have in Bihar or some other state? So that took time. When Mr. Pawar, day before yesterday, when he released his 2nd volume of his biography, he seemed to have commented saying that Congress party was obstinate or was not very easily ready to, creating hurdles in the 3-party alliance, which was not true. Congress party took time because it's a national party. But what the comments that he made, I don't entirely agree with him. But the word he's used in Marathi.
Right. One final question. Are you going to be asking, or is the Congress going to be asking Sharad Pawar directly, why exactly he's done this? Is there any clarification that you seek from the NCP on the stability of the MVA? Do you expect an answer to that today?
No, I think it is not for the Congress party to meddle in the internal affairs of NCP.
No, it's just a question. It's your coalition alliance.
No, fine. We are in alliance with NCP.
Opposition alliance.
Not in alliance with an individual.
Right.
Now, as long as NCP wishes to continue in the MVA alliance, anti-Modi alliance, I mean, they are welcome. Whoever they're led by is their internal problem. But we continue to hope that Mr. Pawar will be there to guide, advise, and be an important voice of sanity in national politics and in Maharashtra politics. So as I said, the final word is not out yet.
And so the MVA continues as is, right? In your opinion?
And MVA will continue as it is unless one of the constitutions decides to leave the alliance and join BJP.
All right. We leave it over there. Thanks very much, Mr. Chavan, for joining us. Huge day in Maharashtra politics.